Well, hello, man cavers, and how are you guys doing? What are we up to? Well, something come to me the other day that I think you'll be very, very interested in. Maybe you won't. Anyhow, it's an old Petter portable generator. Petter is English, but hold you hard. Don't you go thinking that's a traditional engine with a long generator. This has got a pan generator on the end, so quite different. And the engine, well, that's got nothing to do with Petter. This is a very bizarre machine. I've never seen one. It came to me. Guy said, you can do something with it, I'm sure. So, without any further ado, it's outside on the trolley, ready. I haven't touched or looked at this thing. Pulled out an old boy's shed after donkey's years. So let's have a look at it. Well, see if we can get it going. So folks, we are outside. Here is the beast in question. It's clearly Petter, but it's a really thin generator. 240 volt, I'm assuming, by the socket. We have Petter on the engine, but you can clearly see, the beady-eyed will realise this is not a Petter engine at all. It's not even an English engine. It's an American engine. So why have we got a dish Petter generator? Look at that styling in there. Cast aluminium as well. I'm guessing that's the suppliers, Eastern Tractors. But she looks a tidy old machine in its original frame. But just look at the engine. You know what this engine is. 4 horsepower, brakes and scrap 'em. So there we go. She's a Briggs and Stratton on a Petter. There, how different is that? We have some details down here. Let's wipe the plate off and have a look. What year this is, I do not know. There we go, there's all the details of it. Now, there's normally a type model and code number stamped into these tin works on these Briggs and Strattons, and by that I can denote an age. I cannot find type model and code anywhere on this tin work. I'm guessing it's going to be down the side there where I can't read, but I have a sneaky feeling we're going to need to take this carb off. I have had a sniff in here, and if you had smelly vision, oh crikey. If you know, you know. Deck stain. Anyhow, where are we going to start with this? Well, basically, we'll check the oil on the old girl. Where's the oil thing? Here it is. We'll check. Cool. See if she's got any oil. What colour it is. Oh, Alright. There's no dipstick. Yeah, she's got oil. She's a bit black, but she has oil. There we go. So at least we know it's got some oil in it. Right, first thing we need to do, I think, make sure it turns over. Sure it does. I haven't pulled this. Yeah, she pulls over. Don't feel an awful lot of compression, but that might be. It takes a bit of pulling because there's quite a bit of inertia in that alternator. As you can see, that's acting like a dirty great flywheel. So I think what we're going to do is, what's the first thing? We'll check if we've got a spark, really. Easiest way to do that, take the air cleaner off, shoot a bit of petrol down the top and pull the damn thing. And if it's got a spark, it's going to bark, fart, or do something. I'm going to pull the choke on because that ain't going to go on that old petrol. She got a little bit of compression. Right. That recoil start need a little bit of adjustment as well. A little bit of lubrication. Oh, I was expecting to find the air filter disintegrated. It isn't disintegrated, so that's one good thing. Normally, that old foam air filter's just fall to pieces. So let's put the choke off. We'll tip a little bit of petrol in the top there. Oh, that's way too much, as Derek says. Perfect. All right, let's give her a pull. If she got a spark, she'll do something. Hang on. She got a spark. She got a spark. She definitely got a spark. Right, I think, as you can tell, that is not going to run with that petrol what's in there. I think we need to get this carb off and then get that back in the shed on the bench, strip and clean it. We might have to replace that diaphragm in here. I don't have one of them diaphragms, but we might be able to just strip and clean the system and it'll work. Everything's free, so... Right, let me get some spanners. We'll see if we can get this carb off. Right, guys. We're going to... I got my 3/8 spanner. Of course, being American, it's going to be Imperial. And, yes. And when you're getting Imperial sizes that are this small, you'll find a 10 is probably too tight and a 9 won't fit on. So, yeah. This is when we have to break the Imperial sets out. Can I get a spanner into that bottom nut? I do hope so, guys. Come on. These are such a job to get a spanner on these bottom carb bolts. They really are. Come on. I might have to persevere a few minutes to somehow get this bolt out of the bottom. I don't... that exhauster's not going to come off. We ain't got a hope in hell of getting that off without this carb off. Alright, let me persevere and get this bottom nut out. You don't want to see me struggle with that. And we'll be back. Alright, I'm actually going to show you what I'm struggling with. Let me get some shade here. Alright, in there, see this? Oh, sorry, the sun's on. You see that nut in the bottom there? On the bottom of that manifold? I cannot get to that. And I hate when you're struggling with something like that and then someone cut to when they got it off. I hate that because someone else might be struggling. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to get to that. Easy. One bolt on the top, 2 underneath. And we'll just take off this recoil. Get him right out the way. Hopefully that'll come past all this. But then it might not. Come on, there we go. Now, it gives us ample room to get in here, or should do, with our 3/8 spanner. There we go. See how easy that was once you had that tin out the way. So yeah, we just got to get that tin out the way, and that allows us access to this nut. Them tins are literally 3 11mm bolts, and that's off. This governor linkage is right in my way. Yeah, that governor linkage is right in the way. Will it come off that bottom end? It's going to have to come off this top end either way, because that's all connected to what we're taking off. So, yeah, let me just get this bottom bolt out. That's the different size. Again, that's another 3/8. Right, yeah. I think we're just got to take the whole governor and every linkage off and then put it back on. These carbs are not as easy to get off as you'd think they are on sort of, you know, the old Briggs squirter engines with the primer pump. These are all a lot more integrated. But we'll soon have him off. Right, that's got the bottom bolt out. I did just retighten the top one to hold it all. There's nothing holding this tank now, only a couple of linkages. But, yeah, we've took the head bolt out to just get that linkage off. That should hold. I got the bottom bolt out. There's a breather. And then we just got a rod here that's a governor control, which needs to just pop through. If we can get it off. Come on. He says, there we go. That's got that off. And a spring, what goes on the bottom here, which goes onto this governor arm. These are quite awkward tanks to remove. They really are. I need a pair of pin nose pliers. Alright, let's just get our pliers in here and pull this spring off. There we go. She's got some old petrol in it. Right, let's get that on the bench, get that all cleaned up. So guys, I think the first thing to do is get this old petrol, tip it all out, clean this tank out, see what that's like. Oh my god, look at the colour of that. There's quite a bit in there. Look at the colour of that, guys. And that's meant to be petrol. Look, it is disgusting. Right, I'll put that, oh that stinks to high heaven. Let me put that in the waste petrol container and we'll be back. Right, I got this tank nipped in the vice. I think the first thing to do is give all this, oh that tank stinks. Give this a damn good clean. So we've got our brake cleaner here. We can take out this breather tube and this little donkey off here. They should just come off. And yeah, we'll just give this thing a bit of a spruce about. Marvellous. Right guys, I've lost the gloves and give this a bit of a clean up. I've given this a little bit of a clean up with some brake cleaner and a paintbrush. Cool! Them screws are tight. Cool, she's come. Now that was tight, guys. That was tight. I can see this carb being in a trifle of a mess. I think there's only 3 screws hold these carb tops on. There we go. Cool, that tight. There we go. Well, you should find a heavy gasket under here which just separate your float bowl. And then under here, there's a little diaphragm. And that's our little fuel pump. We need to make sure that diaphragm is all clean. It really wants replacing, but I don't have one. So we'll see what that's like. And hopefully, come on, come off. Oh, gasket's crunchy. I don't know whether we're going to get away with this, guys. These gaskets normally come off in one go. So we can save them. Alright, a little bit under the back here. Have we saved this gasket? Cool. Cool, look at the end of that filter. No, we haven't saved the gasket, sorry to say. Damn, I was hoping. Yeah, it weren't going to pick fuel up through here, was it? It certainly weren't. So we need to clean up this filter end. You've also got to make sure with these old brakes that this brass pipe here isn't cracked. So if you've got a machine, a lot of machines had these engines, old rotavators had them. We're going to have to get a pair of gaskets for this, so this will have to be a two-part video, unfortunately. But a lot of old rotavators had these engines. And if you ever find that they had only run on sort of nearly a full tank of fuel, so you'd get down to half a tank and they'd stop, the likelihood is this petrol pipe, this pickup, has got a hairline crack in it, and that's picking air up. When it drops below half a tank and the crack's there, it'll then pick air up. Very common. Can I blow through this? Can't blow, can't suck. That is plugged. Right, I don't know if there's a way to get that unplugged very easy, if I'm perfectly honest. Sometimes you can twist these pipes out of here. Being so careful not to crush them. But I don't think we're going to get that pipe out. Yes, we are. There you go, she's out. Don't nip these hard, because they are fragile. Oh, crikey, this pipe is plugged solid. So somehow, we've got to clean this pipe out. But how? I'm not too sure. Let me have a think. Might see if we can get a bit of MIG wire down here. Right, I've got a bit of copper wire here. We should be able to get a fair way down there. Unless that's blocked all the way. That's normally blocked in the end. Right, we're getting this far down. So we are at that end now. So yeah, we can get the wire. Let's try this fresh end. We can get this wire. Yeah, that's hitting on the filter. So yeah, we're definitely... But this whole filter is plugged. And I don't know if you're ever going to unplug that. Oh, that's starting to come. Whew. We're coming through that end. We are getting it through. That's coming through, guys. Whoa, we cleared that out. Let's get a bit more through there. There we go. Look at that. Right. We have got, look at the state of this carb, guys. Just look at that. Look at this. Yeah, we've got to take this gasket off and get a new gasket, new diaphragm. Yeah. Right, let me give this a clean up. Because we have got some serious gunk to get out of here. Look at that, look at that, look at that crap coming out of that carb. Look at that. That was never going to run like that, was it? Alright, let me give her a little bit of a clean. And, yeah, we'll be back. Right, we've given this surface a clean up, and before you ask, no, I'm not even going to try and take that plastic pipe out. The brass one is a bit more forgiving, but I'm afraid This one certainly isn't. That is just going to end up breaking off on you. But we need to get all this pipe hair is clogged. So we need to get this diaphragm off. And see exactly what this little diaphragm is like. So there's 4 simple small screws. There we go. There we go. And then this diaphragm, and there's probably a little spring in there as well. That should all come out. This is marvellous. So, are you guys ready for Christmas? Me and Mrs. Mancave have barely done anything yet. We're 2 weeks to go. But we're probably doing as we normally do and going down my mum and dad's for Christmas Day. That's what we normally do. Right. There we go. There's the spring I was telling you about. There's a little washer, a little cup on the top of that. And there we go. There is our fuel pump, which should come through here. And I can guarantee that is all blocked. This is the little pipe. That's where this pipe goes. That should be a clear channel through here. And I can... Ah, there you go. There's a big old bit of crap in there. Yeah. And we should find we can blow through this hole. Oh, yes. So that's all clear, ready to accept a new diaphragm. So I shall have to order a new diaphragm for this. If I'm ordering that other gasket, look at the colour of that petrol. Just look at the colour of that petrol. What's coming out of that old fuel pump, look. Look at that. God, dear, oh dear. Oh man, I need to get some more brake cleaner. Right, we've given that a bit more of a squirt with some brake cleaner. And everything is definitely free now. You can see petrol is getting through everywhere. We'll just take the main jet out. We have got this little piece here to clean up. There we go. That's that cleaned. Let me just give that a scrub on this back side. There we go. So these are not, and never have been, restoration videos. If you want that, go watch someone like Machinery Restorer who'll totally take these to bits and replace everything with new. That's not what we do here. Right. So we're going to strip out this mixture. Will that come out? This is brass in alloy. Sometimes these will come out. Sometimes they won't. We have got extremely lucky. This jet is coming out of here, look. That's good. There we go, she's out. So we need to make sure that's clean. And surprise, surprise, it isn't. I can't see through it anyhow. Oh, that is free, look. Oh, I can see through it now. We must have just had a little bit of crap in there. Yep, we must have just had a little bit of crap. Let's just run a prick through that hole. Stop that sniggering. I have some very fine little drill bits here. If I can ever weigh up how they come out. We'll get the tiniest one. if I can even get to it. There we go. Believe it or not, I'm holding a drill bit, and we'll just work that through. There you go. Just to make sure that jet is clear, which it is. Put the drill bit back. There we go. These little tiny drill bits, they're called twist drills. And they go from tiny, the biggest one in here, look, it's 1.6 mil. And they start 0.3 mil, so they are perfect for jets. So we know all these bits here are good. So we'll give a little blow through here. Make sure that come out the bottom. That choke all looks good. Let's run some brake cleaner through that. There we go. Right. We'll get this jet back in so we don't lose the damn thing. So we'll just plop him back in. And then at least we know this main jet is done. There we go. And what are your opinions on this little generator? Do you like it? What do you think we should do with it? I mean, do you think that's rally worthy? You know, what do you reckon? Do you think that's rally worthy? Oh, I'm going to take this needle right out of here. Ah, that's clean as a whistle. Yeah. We'll take this needle right out. Put he back in. He was somewhere about there. We can adjust it when that's running. That really ain't a big problem. Right, I think this is as far as we can get. So do you think we can actually rally that generator? Vim10, if you're watching, which you probably are, because it said Petter on the video. Is this a rally-worthy piece, or would you kick me out of Petterfest? I know it's not a Petter, it's not a handyman, it's nothing sort of rare. But I think it is a bit unusual having that flat generator on the end. So what do you think? I'll sit that in there where it goes, just so I don't forget. And I'll pack this lot away, put them in a tub so they're safe. And, yeah. So, guys, everything's put away. Yep. I've now got to go and order some gaskets and diaphragms for said 4 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. And, yeah. When they arrive, we can get this thing back together and hopefully it'll fire up. Very happy. So yes, what are your opinions on that generator? Like I just said, is it a rally-worthy piece? Should I just move it on? I don't know what to do with it. I don't like moving stuff on, and it was gifted to me, so I think I'm going to keep it either way. It'll do for the odd show, I think. You know, I wouldn't say that's going to get you into the elite rallies, but I think a normal rally, especially if you accompanied it by something old, it would make a good stablemate to just sit there and run some lights. It might surprise us and be quite powerful. I have no idea of the output. Probably 1,000 watt, I'm guessing, so it's probably a kilowatt. I really don't know, but it's 240 volt, so it's very happy. It's very handy, sorry. Happy? It might be a happy generator. I don't know. Anyhow, we'll see you next time, guys. So let me know what you think of the little Petter. Is it nice? Is it not? Is it unusual? Have you seen one? I know Musty One did one, I think it was last year. He did one, and when he started his up, all smoke come out of it because the windings inside had shorted out, and that's quite an interesting video. He fired it up, and there were sparks flying out of it, and yeah, that weren't good. Anyhow, let's hope we don't have none of that with this one. Let's hope it does actually poke out some power. Yeah. I also thought and this is not going to go down very well. Taking the generator off that Briggs engine and just putting a pulley on that generator so you could run it on a Petter M, something like that. But it would be destroying a complete unit, and I really don't like doing it. But it's a thought. You know, if that Briggs & Stratton is not going to go down well, take the generator off, make a shaft to go in the generator with a pulley on, mount it on a trolley and belt it off an old engine. I don't know, but it is a bit of a shame to ruin a complete unit. But we'll see what it runs like, see what it generates like, and then we can make a final decision. Right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye for now. Ah!